What do you think are the best steps to help people that are waking up? So you talked about how you get all these emails from men and you can hopefully listen to them and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But if because they're out there, they're watching this right now.
I'm not hopeful. I mean, I don't know. I don't have the answers. I really don't. I think that we're really in a mess right now. If I wanted to say something really inflammatory, what I would say is that when I was a PhD student, I used to read newspapers from the 1870s, 1880s, and 1890s, because that was my period that I was working in. And I wanted to see what kinds of conversations were going on. And I did a feminist PhD. I was interested in female journalists of the 1880s and 1890s. And there were all sorts of debates about gender relations, as we would call it now, going on then. And one of them was the question of women's political role. How, to what extent should women be politically involved? And really the late 19th century was a time when, because of advances in domestic equipment and because of some rudimentary birth control measures, more women were able to make a contribution at the public level in a way they'd never really been able to unless they'd been single. So there were all these debates, and most men were pretty enthusiastic about the idea of women becoming more publicly involved, and there was very much a sense that women brought a certain kind of morality, that women were superior morally than men. And we still see that now, I think. The whole idea that women don't lie about things, about rape or about various other things, or that women can end war, women can negotiate better than men, all that. That all
Hillary Clinton voted for a lot of wars.
Yeah, well, that's true. But, still the idea that,
right,
that women have something in them that, is perhaps morally superior or gives them certain qualities that men don't have. Still there. So it was very much that. And but the anti-feminist position at the time said it's dangerous. Women are too emotional. Women are less rational than men. Women they personalize everything, so they're not able to sort of separate themselves and make decisions that in an objective, unbiased manner, and that kind of thing. And this was related to women's biology and various things. And I remember I used to laugh and think how ridiculous that was. And yet I have to say that over the last 10 years, as I have seen, because Me Too, which claims it's this new conversation, it isn't really new. This has been going on at least since Anita Hill and Clarence Thomas, and certainly throughout the 1990s following Anita Hill's charges against Thomas, there was a lot of discussion about sexual harassment in the workplace and what we were going to do about it. A lot of legislation brought in, a lot of innocent men, disciplined or fired from their jobs as a result of various claims women made that they'd been made to feel uncomfortable or, whatever it happened to be. And so this has been going on for a long time, I think. And I have to say that it makes me wonder sometimes whether those anti-feminists from the late 19th century weren't right. That what is it about this mass movement, so angry, this movement of vengeance, that is starting to make these completely irrational claims about how we should proceed, who we should believe, why it doesn't matter that we suspend basic principles of presumption of innocence and due process? How can it be this is actually being taken seriously in our public culture? And I don't know, but I do have to wonder whether the presence of women isn't having some kind of really deleterious effect on our public conversations about these things.
That was only if you wanted to end on an inflammatory note.
Yeah.